and then you're going to turn a little bit more towards me, Lila. There we go. Good. So if we blocked it, and let's go on Lila.
Okay.
There we go. So now we're shooting more into the, if we're on this angle here, I don't think we're going to key from over here, but if we're on this angle here, now we're looking into the short side, right? So we get a little bit more definition over here. Obviously, we're not for, I'm just going to say Ashley and Elizabeth. Obviously, we're not for you. And so then what we might want to do is we might want to come in and we might want to key from the other side, you know, or come in through the window. Is Kenny around?
I think he might be up front.
Kenny?
Yeah, he's up front.
Yeah, he's up front.
Okay. Creep that around the corner there and just have it right behind the monitor. And then I'm going to, somebody go run and get Kenny.
Okay.
If you can.
Yep.
And then we're,
If I
because
can.
people, well, if you can. And then we wanted to get somebody behind camera here, but somebody going to be behind camera. And then now you're going to face Ashley, right? And then just,
Keeping my body this.
yeah, just so like we'll see what we're going to do there, but okay. And now we're going to bring that light up a little bit in terms of
Coming up.
okay. And then let's turn on our Fresnel. Is he coming?
Yeah, here.
Okay. Before we turn on the Fresnel, we're going to have him turn on this this other light. And let's see this on the wider. Are you going to operate, or are we going to get somebody else behind?
I can operate, or someone else can. We're just having motor slippage right now.
Okay.
Want the HMI up?
I'm going to have Kenny turn this on just so we can see it, because everybody wanted to see what it was like. And then we're going to start to put this stuff where it needs to be. But it's just so that people can see what happens when this stuff's coming from these different locations. So we're going to actually bring up the, let's just bring up that one space light. That's the, yeah, the back one. And we're going to switch to tungsten, Dan.
Yep.
And that one's going to go off when the other one comes up. So strike that.
Ken.
Strike the, Yep. Okay.
All right, now we're in tungsten.
Right? So now we're coming from behind. Now we're definitely short, you know, going into the short side. We could pretty easily, if that was a strong enough light, do a return. And one of the things we could do if we were just shooting a scene is we could literally just bring this 12 by over here. And you see how the light's hitting all of you? That'll return that light.
Right.
And let's do it. I mean, you guys can come on this side of it. A couple of people can do that. I'm not saying we're going to do this. It's just start thinking about bouncing your light, where your light's going, what it's doing. And we're going to just make sure we have some room here. Yeah. Then you guys are going to clear it a little bit, and we can walk it in just a little, just to see what it's doing. But you see how we're starting to get a lift? You see how it's starting to give us a little bit of fill in terms of what's happening? So basically, all that's happening is this light is coming in, and it's creating edge here. You have to motivate this edge, though. I mean, does this make any sense inside of the apartment in terms of where it's coming from? I'm not saying it does, but you have to motivate your light source. But what is happening is the light's coming through, it's hitting this, and if we brought this in and we basically sat that right here, it would just bounce that light back onto, and we would get more fill, right? You guys can see that. I mean, a much larger version of that. Where's that 4x bead board? No, just Hollywood, it's fine. Is that the beadboard one though? Oh, that's silver. I just need beadboard on one side. Yep. You can sneak it through right here. I don't know if you can.
Of course I can.
Yeah, there we go. Got it.
Of course I can.
So
There we go.
there's it's happening. By the way, you guys can make these very easily. Just go to Lowe's or Home Depot. They sell 4x8 pieces of 1 inch or 1.5 inch insulation. It's usually compressed styrofoam on one side, silver on the other, and you just cut it in half, and you can have a 4x. But you know, if you just take a look at the monitor here, and all we're doing is just returning that light that's coming from above that, okay? So that's just giving us some fill. But the concept would be that if we walked that 12 by in enough, it would basically fill both of them at the same time. The short side is basically the fill side. It's where we have the shadow or more shadow, okay? The long side is if you were shooting from the other direction. If the key was coming from over here, this would be the long side, and it would make the face look flat, and it would be sort of two-dimensional. But if you come in from the other side where the shadows are, then you see more depth. You're making it look more three-dimensional overall, okay? So to me, this is not motivated as a real